Like that, toasty but tolerable. Thanks, Tyler. It's Friday, and that means we're in our Southern Union State Community College kitchen. Today we're cooking with Chef Eric from Ravello. Thank you so much for being here with us. It smells great. Remind us what we are making.
Ndunderi Al Limone. It's one of our feature items on our menu, one of our most popular items.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of folks who've tried it, and they say it's really good. So what's next? You've made the pasta here.
So yeah, I've made all the pasta. So we're gonna let that set. We got some boiling water ready to go. Well, let's make our sauce.
Okay, let's do it.
So first thing we're gonna do is we'll get our skillet on, and garlic, quintessential anything Italian, right? So we want to get some. We want to make sure we have our minced garlic. This is going to be a nice garlic, olive oil, and butter sauce with a little bit of fresh sage in it as well. Very traditional to use sage in this dish. But we're going to put our garlic and our oil in there. We want to make sure the pan's not too hot.
So is this like medium?
Yeah, it's like medium heat. We're going to slowly let the heat come up, and what we're going to do and just kind of let that garlic blossom in the oil, and just kind of let it slowly come up to heat. If you have the heat too high, your garlic's going to burn, becomes bitter, not very good for the dish.
Then it's not going to taste good.
No,
So don't burn the garlic.
No, don't burn the garlic. I'm going to reach over here.
Yes.
And
we're both left-handed. So
yes, we are both left-handed. So we're just going to let that mix up, let that start heating up a little bit. Actually put a little more garlic in there. Let's make a nice big batch today. How about that? I
like that, and the folks here will appreciate it
right?
too.
So we want to let that start heating up, and you'll notice the oil gets a little bit more, less viscous as it heats up, starts simmering. You want to see little tiny bubbles around the garlic, and that means the garlic's starting to cook.
Starting to bloom.
Starting to bloom, yes, starting to sweat, yes. Then we're also going to add just a little bit of salt. That'll help that process.
Just a little pinch.
Yep, and then we're going to add a little bit of our sage as well. The sage, putting this in the oil with the garlic will help that also release a lot of its oils and flavor as well into the sauce. In there. Yes. You can start to hear it sizzle and really smell it now.
Yes. It smells yummy. Start to see the garlic getting a little brown on it. So how long does this normally take?
Just a minute or two.
Minute or so?
Yes, I'm gonna put a little bit more oil in there. Love using olive oil. When you're not cooking at high temperatures, using good olive oil is always very key.
It's important, yes.
But if you are cooking or trying to sear something, you don't want to use olive oil. It has a low smoke point, so it tends to burn a little bit as well. All right, you can really smell it. You can smell the sage and the garlic starting to mix together.
Oh yeah, it just hit me. It smells really good.
That's what we want to happen. Again, without it necessarily browning. All right. So we've got that going in there, and we're going to let that go just for a moment while we're going to put our gnocchi, our Ndunderi, in our pot. So we want to make sure it's not too stuck together, pretty well floured. Get it in our boiling water. Just plop it right in.
And these don't take very long to cook at all.
No, not at all. And you can do these after you get your sauce ready or while you're doing your sauce. Don't put too many in at once.
You don't want to crowd it.
No, you want don't want to crowd the pot, and you don't want it to get too cool either. You want it to remain boiling. All right.
I can really smell that garlic.
So again, using that lower heat, garlic won't burn. All right. So then what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of white wine, and we're going to get in here to deglaze our pan a little bit. It's going to be the base of our sauce with the wine, the garlic.
Another good Italian element, the wine.
Yes, using some good wine. And then we're going to have our butter ready. If you have your butter at room temperature, that really helps a lot. So it doesn't take so long to melt in there, but that's going to help emulsify everything together.
So you let this cook down a little bit?
Yeah, we're going to let that cook down a little bit.
And then you put the butter in?
Yes, and we're going to put some butter in. We'll put the butter in once we put the Ndunderi in there as well.
I see it starting to float a little bit.
Yes.
Is that when you know it's ready?
So a lot of times you'll see in a recipe book to say, as soon as it floats, pull it out. You want to wait an extra minute.
One more minute.
A minute to a minute and a half.
It's so hard to wait.
I know it is, but you want them all to float, and you want to make sure that they're not doughy on the inside as well. So you want to make sure they cook all the way through, and leaving them on just a little bit longer will also make them a little bit fluffier as well.
I'm starting to smell that wine too.
Yes.
So when do we put the butter?
We're going to wait until we're going to put the butter in once we put the Ndunderi in there, and that'll help kind of bring it all together. A lot of the starch from the outside of this will help make a really nice creamy sauce without having to add a lot of heavy cream or anything else to that.
So you add that to this pan.
We're going to add it to that pan. But first, what we're going to do is add some lemon. Very typical of the Amalfi Coast.
A lot of recipes call for lemon.
So what we're going to do is we're going to use a little bit of the lemon zest. We want those good oils in here. We're going to use it what we call a microplane. And we're just going to do a good portion of this lemon in there.
This
and you're going to start smelling this
as well. Nice light flavors to it.
Yes, light flavors, very refreshing.
Fresh.
Everything on the Amalfi Coast, all about, especially with lemons. Ooh.
A little slippery.
A little slippery, yes. The steam got me. All right, and then I'm going to actually take it and cut it because we want to use a little bit of that juice as well. So our sauce is starting to reduce a little bit. Grab this. Use a little fine strainer so you don't get any seeds in there. Nobody wants to
Sometimes
chomp.
just use our hand.
Yes.
If they're clean.
If they're clean, yes. We'll get some of that good lemon juice in there.
And let that cook a little longer.
Yep. That's going to give us a really nice, light, fresh flavor.
Our pasta's almost ready to go in.
Yep.
Then we add the butter. And does the cheese go in last?
Yes, the cheese can go in. You can put a little in the sauce and then some on top, of course. So now they've been floating for about a minute. I'm just going to get these out of here. And you'll see they kind of grew in size as well.
Yes. Well, we're going to let you finish that up. We're going to get to come back and taste it here at the very end. Thank you.